It's another podcast where it didn't work first time. You see, everyone's favourite, the faulty ones, the ones that don't work very well. Enjoy, everyone. But don't worry, Judd said he's actually got something to talk about for once.
I have.
Oh my god!
I have. It's not something to me that's happened to me, but it's something that's happened.
It's not something to me. It's not something that exists in my
It is something
world.
to me, actually. It is actually something to me, but it's not something that's happened to me. Yes. Am I
Are you gonna fucking say anything about it then?
Is this silence do it? Is the silence do it? Right. Okay. So, Nvidia, Jake. What do you know about Nvidia?
I know that their name's spelt weird.
Yes, it's spelled Nvidia.
Yeah.
Not Nvidia. It's spelled Nvidia. There's been a
Really,
leak.
it should be called Nvidia, shouldn't it? But
The Nvidia. There's been a leak, Jake, and by leak I mean catastrophic fucking sized hole in the ship.
What's leaking? Are we leaking what? Water, Kool-Aid, like white wine?
So Nvidia is like a company. They do. I mean, you're better suited to explain what Nvidia does. They do like graphics and shit for like games, like mainly games on the PC.
That explains it perfectly, really.
Yeah, is that fine? That's like all pretty much on the nose.
Yeah, they do graphics and shit. What more do you want?
So when a company is essentially is like running and testing engines on like their system and stuff, they send Nvidia a load of like details on like the names of the games and their company and stuff, so they can have their data of like, you know, their how it's been running on their engine. It got leaked, that list. So essentially, the gaming industry for the next 3 years, all the games that are coming out are now public knowledge.
Cool.
So Jake, do you want to know what's coming out for the next 3 years?
Yeah, sure. That sounds fun.
First of all, Bioshock 2022.
Oh wait, but that's probably a Bioshock game's coming out in 2022, though. It's not necessarily that it's called that. They might not have a name for it.
I know it's not, and that's obviously like not the working title, but this is the project. Like they're listing the project as Bioshock 2022.
Yeah.
So it's like when they're imagining that's coming out. So a new Bioshock for 2022, which I am rock hard.
We're ready for one, aren't we? Would you a Bioshock? I'm feeling that.
Yeah. There's enough Bioshock thing. There's going to be an RTX remaster of the first one. There is a new and we know it's not the because you know how there was like a remaster for the first Destroy All Humans, and now it's been announced that there's going to be a remaster for Destroy All Humans 2.
Okay.
Or if you didn't know that,
I didn't. That's the type of game, right? That I know I would be like, right, I'm gonna play that, and then I just haven't, and I've accidentally played Minecraft for like 90 hours straight. I don't know how that happens, but
both of those were listed, so they're listed. But then also listed is Destroy All Humans 3. So that's potentially enough a Destroy All Humans game. We've got I don't.
My comment on that is too much Destroy All Humans. Just cool it. You're gonna ruin it. You're gonna cringe it out.
I don't know, because this is a new title, and there's not been a new title for a very long time.
But if you're doing 2 remasters and then a new title, just don't bother with the remasters. Just release the old ones for PC so people can play them well, and just like do a number 3. That's
Jake,
cool. What?
Injustice 3.
Nice. I'm happy with an Injustice. I'll play one of those.
New Injustice. When's
that coming out? What's this? Is this just next year?
I'm just looking at the list of like things. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'm just like
within
looking at
3 years, though, isn't it?
Yeah. What else? The Monster Hunter 6, which I don't know is I wasn't really keeping up with any. I didn't know if you cared. New Fable.
Oh, I'll take a Fable. Hey.
A new Fable. What else have we got? That were a shit list. There were better ones than that. Sorry, I'll really quickly stall while I look for a better list than that, Jake. Quick. Stall.
How do you want me to stall? Check out. This is a perfect stalling time. Is a perfect time to say that you can watch this live because we record this live. Can you tell that we record this in one take? By the way, no editing.
Yeah.
And we record it live. Twitch.tv/streamsbadly. The video version of which is on the Streams Badly YouTube channel, which could be where you're watching it. However, other places where you could be watching it are the audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as all other good podcast platforms. How's that, Chid? Did that work?
Titanfall 3.
Ooh, that's sexy. Maybe that's why Apex is so bad. Maybe they're just working on that.
They're just working on Titanfall 3. Don't worry, it's not because the publishers are just trying to squeeze every bit of money out here.
Oh, Judd, you just freaked out on screen. Yeah, you just went.
Well, maybe.
Maybe you're just really excited for Titanfall 3.
No, I said maybe they're just trying to like squeeze every bit of money out of you for those loot boxes. I don't know why that translated to.
Well,
there's going to be a remasters for GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. I know you like San Andreas.
Yeah, I don't care about remasters. Not gonna lie, it just doesn't do it for me. I'm not bothered. Just like I've played those games. I don't have enough time to play games for me to care about remasters. I have to play I have to play stuff that like I think you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah. Here's one for you. Batman Gotham City Builder.
Oh.
There you go. And now I know you just said you didn't care for remakes, but Resident Evil 4, which is my favourite Resident Evil, is going to be getting a remake. That's the one, do you remember where I played it on the Wii at Dad's all the time?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in that one it wasn't even zombies, it was just like a small, like, Spanish village that Leon Kennedy just thought he'd terrorise. Yeah. He just showed up and was like, hey guys, what's going on? And they're like, ¿Qué pasa? And they're like, oh, you're not American.
Oh god.
And a whole lot of others. The full list is now public knowledge. And
right.
Nvidia came out and they were like, oh,
sorry, you just
like, what? Did I do it again?
Your face just froze on the best freeze frame. And you just went, and Nvidia were like, and it's like you were going, oh.
They were. That's what they were like.
They were.
No, I was saying, Nvidia were like, this isn't confirmed. This is speculated. And then I was watching this guy's video on it, and he was like making a little game thing, and he used their system. And as he was scrolling through the list, he saw his name. Yeah. And he was like, well, they're not going to because it's only just a little thing. It's not like, so when he came out and said that, Nvidia basically had to put the hands up and said, yeah, okay, it's real. We really dropped the fucking ball.
Oh, God.
So
I don't know, though. It happens. It's not the end of the world. They'll lose a lot of money from it, like, no doubt, but, like, it happens. Who fucking cares in the long run? So... yeah, that sounds good. But do you know what's worrying about that? We will get to non-gaming content in a little bit, don't worry. Do you know what I find worrying about that, though? How many of those games on that list was I like, ooh, exciting about? In 3 years!
No, there is more than that, and you probably will find stuff that you're more excited for.
There'll probably be another Assassin's Creed on there somewhere. And...
yeah, I think there is. The stuff, some companies were actually smart and, like, listed stuff as projects. Yeah. Like, there was a fair few Bethesda things on there, but everyone was listed as, like, project something.
Yeah, so which is what they all should do. Like, they normally do
really, that's what they should do. But yeah, so I'm sorry, but when you come out and say Bioshock 2022, I'm not going to be scratching my chin going, what is...
Maybe it's a System Shock sequel, you never know, Judd.
Oh, actually, that was one. A new System Shock. New System Shock is coming out. And a System Shock remaster.
I mean, I was joking and thought that wouldn't be a good idea, so...
No, they are also doing that as well.
Oh, gross.
There was one by 2K. listed as the last Borderlands.
Ooh.
So
You know what? I would be down. I would be happy if
to end it.
Yeah, I'd be good with that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. The next one can be the last one. I'm fine with that as well.
Finish on a good note. Because Borderlands 3, right? It weren't a bad game by any means, but it was just not there. There was something like the soul was just not. It weren't happening.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I played through Borderlands 2 18 times at least, and I have beaten Borderlands 3 once, and I have left it. Yeah. And I've quite happily left it as well. So
that's a rare case of a game where I played through it and I was like, right, that game was brilliant, and I never want to play it again. You know, another game I did that with, fucking, what's it called? Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
That's another one where I'm like, great game. I never want to play it again in my life, and I never have.
I did that with the first one. I was like, that was awesome. I'd never want to play it again.
Yeah. It's just that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, as they say. But what are you gonna do? It don't mean it's a bad game, and it doesn't mean that they do any worse by you doing that. Because I suppose they might do. Certain games like Borderlands 3, it means that I had zero interest in buying any DLC. Did you buy any?
I'll be honest, I got the season pass and I got all the DLC.
Right.
But again, I played through all the DLC once and then I left it. But that was more because I care about the universe and I want to know about the story. So that's why I was like, I want these DLCs.
It's maybe a game I would come back to. There's quite a lot of games actually that's been stockpiling up that I might like to play, and I think that's because I'd given up so much on good games coming out ever. Because it's been so long. Can you? I was listening to a podcast earlier, and they were on about what they think their game of the year might be. Because we're obviously not near the end of the year yet, but we're getting there. And they had some ideas, and I just thought, I've not played any. I think out of games that have come out this year, I don't think I've played a single new game that's come out in 2021. Can you think of one? The closest is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I think that came out in 2020.
Well, I was just going to say, speaking of fucking amazing games that have just come out, Deltarune, the second chapter.
That's gonna be it for you, though, isn't it? Because
that's it.
And I probably won't play that this year, to be honest. I reckon it'll end up being early next year.
You can't. It's free, you know. It's just free, and it takes a minute to download. Oh, and it's like you asked me if you could bash it out in one stream. Absolutely. It took me about, I think my total play time on it was about 4 hours, and I was taking my time with it.
Yeah, maybe I will then. Maybe I'll bash it out in a stream, but for now, I'm just I've got the biggest hard-on for Minecraft right now for some reason, and I want to just honour that, get it burnt out and out of the way to the point where I'm I don't want to play Minecraft for 10 years again, and then and then Deltarune, and that's it. I can't pick a game of the year that's come out this year, and even when I think of the games I've played this year, I've played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm trying to look at them. I tried to play Sleeping Dogs. I just remembered it too quickly. I played a bit of Rogue Company. Played FIFA 20. That's literally it. I've not played anything else this year, which is kind of crazy, really, isn't it? But there you go, Judd. We've got more shit to do.
Yeah.
Have you got one, Judd? Have you got one?
Have I got one? It's what a particular individual.
Yeah.
That I'd like to talk about.
That sounds like a no.
Casting my mind back. I'm trying to.
Well, look, Judd. It's time for this segment then.
That's it.
This is why you are wrong.
This segment is called This is why you are wrong. It's where I present Judd with a certain premise. He says his thoughts on it, and I explain to him why he's wrong. Today's premise is: what is the best fantasy-based TV show? Now, this is off the back of last time we did. Another time we've done best fantasy movie. So I thought we would do fantasy TV as well, and see what we've got.
Quickly googling fantasy TV shows. I can't say Game of Thrones because it just simply wasn't. It just ended up being shit. I've got it. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Fantasy's quite a wide genre, bear in mind. There's quite a wide genre.
I've got it.
What is it?
Adventure Time.
Okay. Why would you say Adventure Time?
The reason I say Adventure Time is the reason why I'd say Adventure Time is the reason why I love Warhammer so much, and it's because of depth. Like it's a stupid fucking show for kids. Yes, that granted. But it also has a lot of fucking depth. I don't know. Have you seen that meme where it's like one part of it's like so it'll be like it'll be like one part of it's gameplay or like an actual show, and the other part of it's lore. And like the gameplay or the show will be like, haha, this is very funny, and then the lore is like absolutely insane fucking deep shit. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that meme?
No, I think you're talking some specific shit here.
I am talking specific shit, but it's one of those ones where it's like you can go into a certain topic about Adventure Time, and the fucking like lore of it just goes on forever. Like I'm sure you could spend like a day just like reading everything that's happened to the Candy Kingdom. So it's one of those. Also, it was pretty good. It was fairly good, like as an actual show. There were bits in it that were just maybe a bit too much. It had a lesbian vampire on it, and that was pretty cool. So there you go. That's why Adventure Time.
Well, you can't knock lesbian vampires. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
yes.
Judd, I've just got up a script from Adventure Time here. Here's the script. This first character says, and the other one goes,
you can't hear you cutting out.
I think you're getting the idea, though. The podcast will pick that up. That's.
Hold on. I've got an actual script for you.
Oh God.
Right here. I've got an actual script for you right here. Where is it?
Oh God.
Bacon pancakes. Making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes. That's what I'm gonna make. Bacon pancake.
Yeah, but
so I understand. I understand.
That's a bad point for me, Judd, because I
understand. I was verifying your point.
Yeah, but the thing is, I have to disregard my point just for that line because he actually sings that in a song and it's kind of cool. Anyway, but my point is, fucking hell, I get your depth. I understand it, but like, it's not so much in the show. They don't play on that depth very much in the show. So the show itself, not so good. Maybe the lore's good, but it doesn't make the show much better because instead they decide to focus on stupid bullshit. So
yeah, because at the end of the day, it has to be sold as a kids show. So, like, if they wanted
you
to...
cannot tell me that they're doing that to try and make it more of a kid's show, because some of the other stuff they have in that show is not for kids. It's awful. There's some fucked up shit in that show.
Fucked stuff in that show.
So it's not for kids, is it? It's stupid. It's the people who are writing that show are fucking man children, is what it is. I actually don't like that show. I'm being genuine here. I literally, we've got a spreadsheet where we rate TVs and movies, and I gave Adventure Time 31. You gave it 55, by the way, which is much lower than you gave the show that I'm going to go with, which is Over the Garden Wall.
Oh, shit. You know what? Jake,
I don't need to say anything else, do I?
No, you've done it.
It's the best one. It's the best one, isn't it?
I don't know why my mind just forgot it. Yeah, no, just play the victory music. You've already done it.
Fucking whimsy. There we go, everyone. You can't beat whimsy, okay? It's literally rated as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's in the top 10 movies and TV of all time, according to our spreadsheet. Overall, not just for us. In just our ratings, it is actually it's number 9. Actually, I can't find it on just ours, but you get the point. Over the Garden Wall. It's the one, like, we don't even have to...
I can't believe I forgot about Over the Garden Wall. I can't believe I forgot about it.
I had a bit of a comeback if you'd managed to remember it, by the way. My comeback was going to be Good Omens. That would have been my one that I'd have had to struggle to debate, because that's a fucking sick show, that.
Yeah, Good Omens is great. I love Good Omens.
There you go. That's... why you're wrong, Judd, and
yeah, no, I'll put my hands up on that one and say I was fucking gravely wrong.
So we've also got a bit of something else today. Last podcast we did a tier list of all the insufferable people that exist in the world. I'm trying to stall while I make this fucking app work on my phone. It's OBS, by the way. Streamlabs OBS, sort your shit out. Because, oh my god. It's broken anyway. It's crashed, Streamlabs OBS. I'm going to have to fucking manually do this. Here we go. I've got another tier list for us. Today.
Nice.
That I thought we could go through. It's last tier list we did was a bunch of insufferable people that we hate. So I thought today we would do something we like, which is alcohol. We are both mild alcoholics. I'm drinking alcohol right now, and but it's not the only thing in our personalities. Alcohol.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what we're going to rate. We're the different types of alcohol. So I've got a various different ones ready for this spreadsheet. What I want you to do, Judd, there's 22 of these, so I want you to just give me a number between 1 and 22, and that's what we'll put on the tier list. So we'll keep going like that.
What do you mean?
So you give me a number between 1 and 22. I'll tell you which one that is.
Oh,
and we'll rate
okay,
it.
all right. 17.
17 is.
Brandy. I'm gonna forget what I've said. You know.
It's fine. I'll tell you. It's brandy. Brandy, Judd. How much do you like brandy? I like brandy, but not like brandy. Massively. I think I'm feeling a D on that. Maybe a C.
Brandy's got a good song. I think we can put it up to B because of the song, though.
B for brandy.
Yeah, well, and B for brandy. Yeah,
we better not get started on that though, Judd, because otherwise we're just going to be like S for Scotch. I don't know. Next number.
3.
3 is red wine. I don't like red wine.
I love red wine.
I think you're gonna have to rate red wine, and I'm just gonna put you down 1 tier with red wine.
I've got a great story about red wine for you. So I was in a college, and I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, and me and my friend Tom went down to a pub to get drunk, and I already kind of drank red wine anyway. I just kind of liked it, and because I was like feeling depressed, and I was like, "Oh fuck this!" I was just like, "Just get me a bottle of red wine. Just get me a bottle." And they're like, "Okay." So to Tom, first of all, Tom's like, "What the fuck?" So essentially, I just sat there, and in about an hour, I just tanned this full bottle of red wine to myself, and I ended up saying to Tom, I was like, "Hey, excuse me, I need to go up to the toilet," and I went up to the toilet, and obviously I threw up, but I passed out. And I was asleep in the Spoon's toilets for 40 minutes.
That's a low point, that. Come on.
I passed out in the Spoon's toilets for 40 minutes because I drank a full bottle of fucking red wine.
Shame. Shame on you and your entire family.
Give it an...
I'm gonna drop that to a B just because I don't like red wine at all. Well, I'm only gonna drop it 1 tier from yours because like it's my favorite of wine, but I still don't like it. And I can't hear Judd at all. Oh, there we go. I can hear him. I think that was me. I think I pulled my headphones out by accident.
All right. No, I was just saying I feel like white wine is a bit too vinegary tasting.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get to that. Next number.
Oh, 7.
7. One of my favourites. Bourbon Whiskey.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's a good one. I'd be willing to put that as S tier.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because even though it's not my favorite, I do think it's like whiskey is very like a drink of choice. It's like I just I usually always like whiskey when I drink it.
Yeah. I'm going to put it at S tier. I was thinking maybe I'll drop it to A because there's some other stuff that just, I know, almost always tops it for me that I prefer to drink. But whiskey is my favourite thing to get a round of shots in for. Because it makes everyone go, what? Why has he got shots of whiskey? And that's the whole reason I do it, baby. And like, everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? Why has he got whiskey? And I love to see, honestly, it's the best if you go out with a big group of people who you're fairly new to, you've not gone out enough to the point where I've brought them shots of whiskey before. So it's like the first time doing a shot of whiskey. And I love just watching all the reactions because there's a massive variety. You get like, obviously, there's loads of people going, oh, and then you see some people shot this thing and go, oh. And like, it surprises them that like whiskey is nice to shot, you know?
Yeah.
So, which I think is one of the things that most Americans drink, isn't it?
I find it's even better that if like you go out with a group of people and I'm out with you. And I don't know, like I've been at the toilet or something, and you've ordered these shots of whiskey, and people are going, what the fuck? And then I come back and you go, Jordan, shot of whiskey, and I go, ooh, like it's completely normal to me at this point.
Yeah, whiskey's my favourite thing to. It's not necessarily my favourite thing to personally shot, but like to shot with other people, it's my favourite thing to shot for sure. What are we having next, Judd?
13.
13. This is a mild sore spot for me. Vodka.
I don't mind having vodka. But I like having it with stuff. I can have it on its own, but like I'd just be lying if I said I like having it on its own. So
I'd put this in D for me because like I don't even like it just mixed with stuff. Like I don't really like vodka and Coke.
Is it called a screwball when you have vodka and orange? Is that what it's called?
I think it's something like that. Isn't
yeah.
it?
I like those.
I don't really. But it does have its uses in certain cocktails, I think. So I kind of would put it there, and it's not the worst. It's a good one for getting you really drunk, you know. So I'd put it D, I think. What else we got?
1.
Number 1. Cheap lager, baby. The picture I've used to represent this is Tesco's own brand lager.
Oh, nice! That's the best one. I don't
But
know.
this is the type of thing like Aldi has Galahad, which is kind of like a budget version of Foster's, which is already budget, and Galahad's not too bad, What I'm drinking today, Budweiser. I'd class that as cheap lager. So you know what? Personally, cheap lager, I would put that A tier. It's just cheap and it's never disgusting. It's never like a massive. It's never like a really difficult thing to drink. It's never really hard to get down. Sometimes it's not massively nice, but like it never does you too wrong. Cheap lager, and it's always very budget friendly. I like it a lot. I think cheap lager should go in A tier.
I usually don't drink alcohol through the work week because I don't like feeling rough for work.
I work from home.
But say again.
I work from home, so
yeah. I thought you said you work from home. I was like, I can fucking assure you I don't. Yeah. So I don't really drink much, but if I do drink something, I usually drink lager, cheap lager.
Yeah,
because I can have a few of them and like relax and loosen up a bit and then still be okay for work the next day. So
it's the best.
Yeah.
Let's do one more before we have a small interlude. Number...
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was choosing the numbers. 5.
Rosé wine.
Rosé's nice.
Okay. I would. That's. We're getting into like what I would say is an F tier drink for me. That I don't like rosé. I don't at all. I would if my options for getting drunk were rosé or not get drunk, I'd probably just go. I'll not bother.
No, I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that
I'm
for
not
a
that much
second.
of an alcoholic.
No, but like if you were over at mine and you were spending the night. And I was like, okay, I've only got rosé in. You'd have it. You'd have it.
No, I'd say I'll go to the shop and get some beer then.
No, in this hypothetical world, we're in a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Oh right, okay. I'm gonna Uber Eat some beer, even though it's gonna cost me
No! I killed him. I killed him.
What, you killed Mr. Uber Eats?
I killed Mr. Uber Eats. Yeah.
Oh dear.
For me, I don't know. For me, C, I like it, but I'm not in. I don't think it's incredible.
Okay, I like it so little that your C's only bumped it up to an E.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we're going with. Right then, I want to tell you a story, Judd. Imagine a story.
What's that from?
It's story time.
I do.
Do you remember CBBS? Story time?
Was it called Story Time?
Yeah, it was called Story Time. Story Time CBBS.
Put it on the list.
I've spelt CBBS wrong for sure. Was it called Story Time? Wait, what?
See,
it had Blue Cow on it. Do you remember what was the
Blue
show
Cow
that had Blue Cow Story? What was that? What was it called? The Story Makers. That's the one. The Story Makers.
I don't that. I remember that you've just said, but I can't remember Story Makers.
Yeah, what? Blue Cow. Blue Cow. Blue.
No, I don't.
Blue
I don't.
Cow. Do
I
you not
don't,
remember
I
that?
don't, no, you sound insane.
It was like a children's TV show. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on here. Story. 1 second, folks. Story Makers.
GX ADHD flaring up again.
It is.
My got him talking about
all 80
Blue
of
Cow.
my HDs are everywhere.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, imagine a story. I'm gonna tell you a story. This story is no less weird than Blue Cow.
Yeah.
Blue. God, that's such a niche meme. No one's gonna fucking laugh at that. You know, my girlfriend recently said, I think you need to stop going off on so many tangents and be a bit more concise with your stuff on the podcast.
No.
She actually, genuinely went out of her way to tell me that. She's not wrong.
No.
Anyway, this story is less of a story and more of a dream because it's a dream that I had.
Oh. Okay.
I had this dream and woke up from it and thought, fuck, I hope I don't forget that. That'll be good content.
Yeah.
And it was one of those weird, and one of the reasons was it was so weird, but also you were kind of in it. You weren't massively involved, but I thought that was relevant. So basically, I was at a house. It was like my house, but this happens in dreams a lot, doesn't it? Where you are at somewhere that you're familiar with, but it's completely different. It's just weird. It's just different. It's just strange. Yeah, it's just changed in some way. It was it was a completely different house to the house I live in reality. But in the dream, it was my house that I lived in with my family. It was like at the end of this cul-de-sac, and it was like a semi-detached house, but really big, which is nothing like my house in real life. But I just kind of like knew it was my house in the dream, and my family were there, and I was like headed out. And I was kind of like sneaking out, but not really. Like, I weren't actually sneaking. I was supposed to be out, but I was kind of. I feel like, and I knew I was going to. I was going out. I was meeting people at this open mic night, and I think I was supposed to be there for like, not necessarily a job, but I had a job to do. Like, I weren't necessarily getting paid, but I had some sort of job to do there. Yeah. And it was, I felt like it weren't really much of a job, and I was using the fact that I had a job to do there as an excuse to get away from this house and like kind of maybe my family, but some sort of responsibilities that were there. I don't think it was my family, but I just knew there was some sort of responsibilities there that I just didn't fucking want to do.
You were just sick of the wife.
Kind of that sort of thing, except she ended up coming with us, essentially. It weren't my wife, it was my girlfriend. So we went there, and I met up with Dan and Lizzie, who are some of my friends who I used to play music with. And, like, their families were there for this open mic, and that. It was kind of like open mics I used to do back in the day. And we were there, and my girlfriend had come with me, and there were this open mic thing, and it didn't last long in the dream, because I think the main point of it was we were going to go out after. We were going to go out drinking after. And that's when you were going to be coming along as well. And also, like, a couple of my mates from high school. So, I'm going to fully just say full names here. We had Jack Chalkley were coming with us.
I remember.
And Jack Woods were coming with us as well.
I remember both of those.
I think Big Nathan might have been there as well. I'm not sure.
The old gang.
Anyone who would have been there were kind of like, I didn't necessarily even see them. I just kind of knew their presence, which is, again, is like, that's kind of a dream thing. That I knew they were there somewhere. I'd not physically seen them. I'd not physically done anything. It were a fucking dream. But, you know, so we'd gone out, but we were kind of like instantly drunk as soon as we'd left this like pub in middle of nowhere. And I don't know how you were just there as soon as we walked out the door or anything.
I feel like that's something that could happen.
Maybe.
Like you just turn around on a night out and I'm just already there. I'm just there next to you.
But this pub was like in the middle of nowhere. It was the only thing for ages, and we were walking along this like road, like small road with like hills either side of it. And like a hill going up on one side, hill going down on the other side, and like just grass fields for miles. And we were somehow already drunk, like we're all fucked up on a night out. And for some reason, there was a wedding going on, like in the middle of this road.
Oh, nice.
And we'd like stumbled into it by accident, and they kind of just thought we were all there as guests. Do
you know the bride?
But the thing is, but it was like the ceremony that was happening. Like they were just like, it was like, you know, the point in the wedding where they just got married and they like come out the church doors and they're throwing confetti and that. It was like that point, but they weren't at church or anything. They were just walking like across this road and like celebrating, kind of like taking a few pictures. The confetti were throwing, she'd throw the bouquet and that. And we were like stood there like, these people think we're with this wedding. We can't just fuck off. They're going to think we're rude. And, and like we were doing that, but we're kind of like taking the piss and that as well because we were drunk.
Yeah.
And then we moved on, and some lads from this wedding just came with us. Rather than going to the reception, some lads just came with us.
They just liked us that much. They're like, fuck them.
And then here's the clincher, Judd. This is the best bit.
Oh, nice, yeah.
This is the whole point of me wanting to sit walking along. And it like, I turned around to look at these lads and were like, oh, you're coming with us? And they're like, yeah, it's fun. And we, you know, a bit rowdy, big group of lads now. And then I turned around and we were were in a bit of a town centre then. Like a kind of a very English town centre, cobble roads type of thing. But like a place where you might have been able to do a pub crawl. Similar sort of thing. It was like a town square sort of thing. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I looked back at, because one of these lads were going, hey, everyone, look at this. And we were all like, what? And he went, he pulled his trousers down. And I want to be able, I hope your microphone doesn't come out, cut out. He pulled his trousers down just goes, look at this. And pointed at his ass and goes, and he looks around and he's got a nipple on his ass. He's got a nipple on his butt. Oh, Judd's microphone's cutting out again. We can't ever get laughter in this podcast ever again. It sucks.
No, I didn't want a proper laugh. It was just like a wheeze, but what?
And we all still everyone in unison pointed at his butt nipple and went, Bipple! He's going. See, this is why you need to see the video version of the podcast. Bippo!
all at the same time. Christ, you are insane.
Oh, and then like I fell over laughing in the dream as well, and like I turned around to my girlfriend going, "You're right," and then I woke up. But there you go. That's the story of
Jesus.
Of Bipple. I've got that in my notes as Bipple Dream. So there we go.
Wait, that's a good idea. I should check my notes. I wonder if I put anything in my notes.
Maybe. But for now, Judd, we've got more alcohol tier list to do. So, can I have another number from you, please?
You said 22, didn't you? You said it went up to 22.
Yeah, that's 22. Do you want 22?
I want 21.
Right, here's kind of a weird one then. It's Bucks Fizz. You know this? Bucks Fizz?
Yeah, I like Bucks Fizz.
I like me some Bucks Fizz. It's essentially just like sparkling wine and orange, isn't it? But
I almost feel guilty for liking Bucks Fizz as much as I do, but I really like Bucks Fizz.
I think that's why I was going to want to put it in B, because I felt guilty, but truthfully, kind of deserves an A, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's not reaching for S tier yet. We ain't going that far. But no. Bucks Fizz, A tier, good drink. It's like it's a very brunch drink, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, I love brunch. Brunch is great.
I could about like 10 or 11 in the morning drink Bucks Fizz and not feel so guilty about it.
Could you do the same with like beer or something though? Because like, unless you're at a festival.
I'd feel gross if I did.
Yeah.
It's strange. I wouldn't feel weird having a smoke on a morning, but like drinking booze that early on a morning, that makes me feel a bit gross.
Smoking sucks. Judd, can I get an actual telling kids not to smoke even though you do?
No, listen. Children can smoke as much as they want. In fact, I think children should smoke as much as they can, purely for the reason that I hate children, and if it kills any kids off, good.
Judd, the thing is, it's not going to kill them off quick enough, so they'll just grow up into shittier adults.
Oh, god damn it! Yeah. Okay, don't smoke, kids.
Yeah. Anyway, next number.
Playing traffic instead.
That's also a joke. I don't want anyone to die. Just stop having kids. Anyway, another number.
6. I don't think that's been done yet.
It has not. Champagne.
Yeah, no, I really like champagne. I'd be willing to put champagne at an A as well.
Really? I don't. Yeah. It's just fizzy wine. Ugh, it's worse than red wine, Judd.
No, I in fact I like champagne more than red wine.
Fine, I'm gonna put it next to red wine then, because I like champagne sucks. I don't like drinking it. Even the only time I will drink champagne is if it's in an appropriate situation on New Year's. I'll have one very small bit of champagne, and that's it, just for like tradition.
What if, and this isn't too far-fetched because you know how lucky I am. What if, I've got a funny story about luck, actually, that we can do in the next break of this. Yeah, what if I got super lucky and I like won the lottery and I bought like the world's most expensive champagne? What about then? Would you drink
I'd
it then?
try it for sure, but I don't think I'd like it very much. I'd have a glass. Cool,
It'd
I
probably
tried
just
it.
taste
Great.
like champagne.
You know, yeah, because like I'd try it. Yeah, cool. That's a cool experience. But like, all right. In the same way that I absolutely hate smoking, but like I'd have a one puff on the world's most expensive cigar.
Yeah,
Like,
you would. Yeah, if I got like real actual Cuban cigars, like you'd try one. You try a bit.
No, I wouldn't try one in England. The only time I would smoke is I would try a small. I was gonna say one puff, but maybe a few puffs of a Cuban cigar in Cuba.
You have to actually physically be in Cuba for it.
I have to have got it in Cuba. I have to be in Cuba. And preferably, I'd like a Cuban man to light it for me.
Small, preferably a small Cuban man as well. He has to be a small Cuban man. Yeah, I don't know why, but he has to be small.
In like a monkey suit, like a little butler man or something. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Only then can you smoke.
Yeah, that's the only scenario for the whole. It's for the experience. I don't want to smoke, but like the whole shebang of like a traditional experience, I'm willing to do a mild sacrifice for. And then once I've done it, I do
the traditional experience of having a small man in a monkey outfit.
No, not a monkey outfit, like a little.
I meant monkey butler. I don't know. I said monkey outfit. I knew what you were getting at, but
yeah, and probably, do you know what would be the worst bit? I'd do one puff, go gross, and then
I
just put it aside.
They are as well.
I'd put it to one side, and everyone in Cuba would be like, "Fucking this guy."
Yeah, I don't even like regular smoking that much, and like, but cigars are like even worse. Cigars are awful.
Right.
Anyway, what we're talking about?
Next alcohol number, Judd.
4.
White wine.
Well,
it's the worst of the wines.
I don't even care very much about white at all. Wherever you want to put,
I would put it F.
If you want to put it at F, you can put it at F because I simply do not care for white wine. So.
The only thing that I have that I think rosé is worse than white wine. That's the only thing I like less. I think rosé wine's worse, but that's that. Let's have another number.
13.
We've done 13.
Have we? I told you I'd forget at some point. 9?
This is Japanese whiskey.
I don't know if I've ever tried it,
Never had Japanese whiskey. It's good. It's not as good as bourbon. I wouldn't put it at A either. I would put this at like B. It's nice. Again, it's kind of more the experience. It's like, for me, it's not necessarily great whiskey, mostly because it's based on Scotch, and I don't like Scotch as much, which we'll get to eventually.
So it's more like a Scotch than it is a whiskey?
Well, Scotch is whiskey. Scotch was whiskey before bourbon was.
Oh, okay.
Scotch is the most traditional type of whiskey. Bourbon's like an Americanized, more sweet version, and then Japanese whiskey is like a slightly altered version of Scotch. So Japanese whiskey is quite expensive and premium, quite cool, but it's not like... not going to blow your socks off with taste. God, I feel a bit guilty that we've put like a nice fancy sort of thing like Japanese whiskey that's meant to be like enjoyed quite well below Tesco's Sunbrand Lager and Buck's Face.
And Buck's Face. Class. The epitome of class.
Let's have another one before Judd tells us a story.
It's not even that colour story, but 8.
8. Scotch. Speaking of Scotch,
Scotch.
I would put this at C because it's still whiskey. It's better than vodka, but I don't think it's great. It's not quite as good as Japanese.
I'm not crazy for Scotch.
C for crazy.
Yeah.
So there we go, Judd. What were you going to tell us about?
It
was it about?
No. It was about luck. And the second it happened, I thought like Jake. If Jake was here, he'd look me dead in the eye, and with like disgust on your face, he'd say, "You're so fucking lucky, you." And it's nothing incredible or anything. It's just I was on my way into work this morning, and I'd not had breakfast because the plan is that I was just like gonna grab a McDonald's breakfast on the way in. And but I was like really hungry this morning, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just like gonna grab like a thing of crisp from the vending machine just to put me on." And I like it was like a contactless one, so you could like use your card on the vending machine.
Yeah.
And I like put it in for like a packet of crisps, and I beeped it, so it started turning, and it did that thing as just as it's about to come out, it like stops, so it's just dangling there, and I was thinking, oh fucking hell, great. And then the wheels started like turning again, so that one like fell down. I was like, oh okay, that's cool. So I actually get my crisps, but the wheels didn't stop turning. So instead of getting like one packet of crisps, I got 3 for like £1.
3?
Just like,
just 2?
No, I got 3. just got 3 packets of crisps, and I just literally just stood there watching this vending machine. I was like, what the fuck?
This is how you get through life. If you didn't have this incredible luck, you would already be dead. Like, like honestly, I don't understand. It's ridiculous. I have to, like, be good at shit to get by, because otherwise I'm going to be dead, whereas you have to just be lucky. And the thing is, as well, I go on this rant every single time something lucky happens as well. Oh!
I was stood there with the biggest fucking smug smile on my face, because I imagined you having that exact rant as it was happening.
Wait, how long ago was this?
This was today. This was this morning.
Okay. Well, another tiny story. I had an experience with a vending machine too recently, which obviously didn't go that way as well. My computer keeps freezing, so I hope this still works. Basically, I was at the gym. Okay. I had. I don't know if this is gonna keep stuttering. I'm sorry if the audio's a bit shit now. I'd smashed out a really crazy fucking session at the gym, because I'd smashed out a crazy session at the gym because I'd started running, doing my normal run. I'd started doing my normal run, and somehow I'd accidentally hit the emergency stop on the treadmill. I'd accidentally hit the emergency stop, and it was really annoying, and it stopped my workout. I didn't know how long I'd run for, so I fucking smashed it. I properly went for it, and got really sweaty, and before then, I'd even pissed myself off because I'd forgotten to bring some water. So I'd forgotten to bring some water, so I was like, I've finished my workout, I'm just going to treat myself to, like, some, like, not energy drink, but, like, you can get sports drinks that, like, revitalise you or whatever.
Yeah.
From the vending machine at the gym. And, predictably, the contactless didn't fucking work. So I didn't get any drink, which is great, isn't it? That you get your 3 bags of crisps, and I don't get fucking anything. So there we go. Anyway,
brilliant. It's brilliant. It's been one of the funniest reoccurring jokes of our lives. It's just,
for you, baby.
Yeah, for me. Yeah, only for me.
Fucking sucks. Right, let's go back to alcohols. Give me another number.
2.
1 sec. Number 2. Okay, number 2 is craft ales.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like craft ale or anything like that, to be honest.
Judd, listen. Craft ale is just the best beer.
No,
no,
it's not.
Estia.
It just tastes a bit weird. Like,
no, it doesn't. This is the best alcohol. It's the best one there is.
It just tastes a bit weird, and people go fucking nuts for it.
It depends which craft beer you get. Thing. You've got to know what you're doing with it, I suppose. Like, you can't just get any craft beer. It's not all going to be, like, the best thing. But that also makes it exciting, I believe. That you've got to try, like, different types and see what you like. And It's amazing. It's great. Do I need to put it down? Do you dislike it enough to take it out of S tier?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd put it at like
bitch.
I'd put it at like a I don't know. I'd put like a
I'm
E.
I'm only willing to put it down to A because
No. You gotta put that down to at least a B.
Seriously, it's by far my favorite alcoholic drink. By far.
You know the way you feel about rosé. That's how I feel about like craft ales.
Really?
Yeah. I
Seriously,
just think
you would like more craft beer.
I just think
you're fucked. You fine, B it is. I mean, you're absolutely fucked. Like you would love it.
Wait, I might be getting mixed up. What are like name some?
So the image I've used for this is Barnsley Gold. Blue Moon is technically a craft beer. You know, I'm talking just like more premium beers. Like I don't fucking know. Hobgoblin would be classed as one of them, probably.
Oh, I like I think I'm thinking of like IPAs.
Well, IPAs are that as well. It's like there's a big variety of these things.
I don't like IPAs.
That's so weird. IPAs are like quite like lager. Like I think you don't know what an IPA is either. That's an Indian pale ale. So that's just pale beers. That.
Well, I don't like.
You can have APAs. So oh my god, he's joking. It's jokes. So it's like pale ales. It's like Guinness. That's a stout. So, and I guess that technically into craft beer, I know some of these are mass produced, but they may as well be the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It's all beer. It's not just cheap. It's anything. It's basically any other beer than cheap lagers.
I don't know. You put it in give it an A then, I guess. I personally wouldn't give it an A, but if you like it that much,
it's
then
the best.
Put it
it's
at
the
A.
best one. Right? Okay, fine. It's been put at A. Much to my disappointment. Right, next, Judd, we've got you have to pick 10 or above now. You've done all the ones lower than 10.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
I've done. Did I do 6? What was 6?
6 was champagne.
Oh, okay, all right then. 11.
Dark rum.
Okay, yeah.
So,
now this is my favorite. Like,
well. Let me give you my case. This is dark rum, not spiced rum. Those are slightly different. Dark rum's like really good as well, which is why I would put dark rum at A.
Okay.
Because we've got spiced rum too, which I'm also just going to do at the same time, which I think should be S.
Well, for me, it's the opposite way around. I prefer dark rum to spiced rum.
You know what?
So for me,
I think we should just put them both at S. Because, like,
I'm fine with that.
Sometimes
if you want to do
they
that,
taste like the same, don't they? Sometimes, like, a dark rum tastes spiced and a spiced rum tastes dark. They're very similar, I think, in that aspect. I think some sort of flavoured rum in some sort of spice or dark or something, that's top tier shit, that. And obviously, I've used Bumbu for one of the pictures of those.
I was just going to say,
Bumbu, please sponsor the podcast. It's the best.
Yeah.
Bumbu, you know what? If we were doing, like, if we put this down to brands, Bumbu would have its own tier of, like, that's the best.
Bumbu's
I've never tasted alcohol nicer than that.
Just because we said Bumbu like multiple times, I want to order. But hold on a second, I've got an empty bottle of it on display in front of me. That's how much I like Bumbu.
That's brilliant. And speaking of Bumbu, we will definitely be getting some Bumbu in for our 100 podcast special. If you want to listen to our 100 podcast special, it will be happening on the 2nd of October.
The bottle's just fucking awesome.
It will be happening on the 2nd of October, 2021. We'll be starting at 6:30. So make sure you are ready for that. We're going to be doing a drinking game. We're going to be doing a podcast battle drinking game and getting absolutely smashed and just talking shit, basically. So that's the 100 podcast special. We'll be celebrating with Bumbu. We might even get some champagne. Who fucking knows? But
sometimes when I'm feeling fancy or I'm feeling a little bit gay, I like to put a candle in the top of this Bumbu bottle and like get it going for like atmosphere.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very piratey. It's great. So if you have any, again, I've been saying this a lot. If you have any suggestions for the 100 podcast special, you're going to have to get them in quick. Tweet at tweetsbadly if you've got any questions, all of that sort of thing. I might try and think of some other special shit we can do, as well as the drinking game things too. So there you go. That's that. Let's have another alcohol number, Judd.
Did we do 12?
No, 12 is white rum. Now, white rum.
I don't know if I've even tried white rum.
So Bacardi. You know when you think of Bacardi?
Oh, okay.
That's white rum normally. I am not for white rum. I would put this at D. I think it's basically like vodka. It's a white spirit, you know.
I think if it's fine. I'd say more C, but if you want to put it at D, I'm not gonna argue.
Would you rather have
honest.
Bacardi or Scotch?
Me personally, I do think I'd rather have Bacardi.
Really? You'd rather have Bacardi than just essentially just regular whiskey?
I don't know. That's a hard one. They're almost.
I'm gonna plop it at D.
If you put it at D, I'm not gonna argue. So
next, we're 14 upwards now.
Well, 14. There you go.
Mead.
Mead is really nice.
S tier, banging, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Mead is absolutely. Mead is the only contender to Bumbu. That's the only. I don't think it wins actually. Which feels bad in my heart because I'm a Viking lover. I want to fucking shag Vikings. Just like Gary Lineker shags crisps, I would like to shag Vikings. Which pains me to say that I think Bumbu is slightly nicer actually, but it's the biggest contender, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it comes close to Bumbu for me, but I still really like it. So
well, see, for me, it's got influences of Vikings and bees because obviously it's honey, and I fucking love Vikings and I fucking love bees. So honestly, I was playing. I do a little bit of cheeky Minecraft when there's not much work going on.
You know they put Minecraft in bees, right? They put Minecraft in bees.
No, but sometimes I do a little bit of cheeky Minecraft if there's not too much going on at work.
Yes.
Sometimes, not very often. And I was doing that kind of recent. Well, I'm going to say recently. It's not actually very recently now. But I was doing a bit of that, and it was the first time I've ever done bees in Minecraft. And you know how you breed animals in Minecraft? They do love hearts, and a small version pops out. I did that with the bees, and this tiny bee popped out, and I literally audibly went, "Oh!"
You fucking gay.
I know. As soon as I did it, I thought that was so fucking stupid.
I've had a man's penis in my mouth, and that is the gayest thing I've ever heard.
It's jokes. It's a joke because that'd be silly to actually believe that. Everyone.
What? Having a man's penis?
No, that is quite gay. Like you can't dispute that one.
No, I mean that was pretty much the point of it. So.
Anyway, another number, Judd. Come on.
15.
15. We've got. I've put like sours or like alco pops because they're kind of the same sort of thing to me.
Put that in E.
E. I want to persuade you upwards on that one because they're
How far
fun,
upwards?
interesting. Not very far, maybe to a D or a C. But they're fun to shot on a night out with a big group because you can normally get them as quite cheap shots and no one will turn it down. It's a very easy shot to get people to do because it's basically the same percent as wine. So even the pussies will do it, you know? So it's a nice, everyone will do it. You can buy like 20 of them and make a big spectacle, which I like to do. I'd like to put it at least at D. Can I persuade you for a C?
Yeah, well, I mean, girls like them, and that, you're more likely to roofie them if you give them something they like, so...
It's jokes.
Go on,
it's a joke, because obviously don't...
Put it at D for date rape.
That's not funny. As much as we're laughing at it, that's not funny. No.
That's the best joke I've ever made on this podcast.
No. Not funny.
I'm kidding, I hate women. Anyway.
No, that's not funny! The joke is that... Oh, fucking hell, I'm not explaining the joke anymore. I'm done with it. You really need to watch the video version of this if you listen to the podcast, which, if I'm being honest, that's how I try and listen back to every podcast on Spotify, but the video version's better just to see Judd's stupid little face like laughing away even though you can't hear him anymore for some reason. I don't know why that's the case.
I don't know.
I reckon it's my Discord settings somehow or something like that.
I like the idea that they can't hear me laughing more because it just sounds like I'm being absolutely serious.
Oh no. Anyway, Another number, Judd.
Have I said 15?
Yeah, that's the last one we did.
Okay, 6. Did I say 16?
No, should we just? Do you want to just go up on the numbers
yeah,
now?
Just go.
Okay, next we've got. Now I know we're gonna have some dispute on this. Sherry. Now
I can't even remember what sherry tastes like.
I've been really getting into sherry lately. I would like to put this at A. I really like me some sherry to the point where I went to Leeds Fest recently, and the best drink I had there was the sherry I brought. I brought some sherry because I knew I don't have to mix it with anything. I don't have to fuck around trying to move bottles all around. I can just sip this out of a bottle or out of this cup, and it'll get me really drunk really quick because it's really easy to drink as well. So it's even great for like sesh gremlins and that want to get sloshed. Just grab yourself a bottle of sherry before you go out. You'll be sorted.
I think I like sherry. If you want to put it A, you can put it at A because I can't really remember much about sherry. So
and it's bloody cheap as well. It's like £5 for a bottle. It's good, and it's like 20%. I think it's good. Good shit, sherry. I like it. Do you know what? Old people have got it quite sussed with alcohol. You know, like brandy, sherry. They're quite up there. You know. Next, cider. Now I know there's a massive variety of ciders, just like there's a massive variety of like other stuff on this list. But like, I can't fucking say cherry cider, apple cider, pear cider, dry cider. I can't. Did
you say hair?
No, pear cider.
I thought you said hair cider.
So we got cider, and now I don't like cider, but it's not like rosé where I'd rather not drink it. I'll drink a cider to the point where if I've had people around my house and they've brought cider to drink and they've left some, and the next time I go to drink that it's just there, I'll finish that off as part of whatever I'm drinking. I'm not keen to, but I will. So that's why for me it's somewhere around I would put it at a C just because I know other people like it quite a lot as well. I would put it somewhere C or D for me, but you used to drink cider as your main drink, didn't you?
I was just going to say I used to pretty much exclusively drink cider. I don't really drink it anymore now. In fact, moved on to beer, if I was going to choose between beer or cider, I probably would have a beer, but because of how I still like it, but because of how much I used to love cider, I'd put it at a B.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it up to a B. I think.
Okay.
I don't know because I don't know if I'd prefer it to Scotch. I think C's about right. So I prefer Japanese whiskey and brandy. I think. Although we have got red wine and champagne in B, which obviously I would not prefer to cider, but that's because you've managed to get them there somehow. I think C is right for cider. C for cider. Anyway.
C for cider. Okay.
Next, we've got gin.
I'm not a fan of gin. I'm not a fan of gin.
Fuck gin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's going in F tier for fuck gin. I don't like it. It sucks. It's like grass. It's like grassy water. Oh, it tastes. I was gonna say it tastes like harsh grass, but that's like what people call weed. But it don't taste like weed water. It tastes like grass.
I could go for some harsh grass.
Do you know what it tastes like? It tastes like if you made grass and knives into just a liquid. That's what gin tastes like to me. I don't like it. It ruins drinks. If I see a cocktail, I'm thinking, ooh, this sounds nice. Ooh, all of this sounds nice. And then it says, and gin. I go, oh, for God's sake. Why do you have to put gin in it? It's like gin. No, bad drink. Fuck gin. And that's going to be a controversial one because gin's a popular drink, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know why people go so fucking crazy about gin.
Do you know what another reason why I don't like it? Because I don't like it and don't particularly want to drink it. And it also makes me feel fucking left out. Because everyone goes fucking crazy for all these flavours of it, don't they? And it looks really exciting and cool. But why does it have to be gin that they're doing that with? And different cool, interesting flavours and all sorts. But then, at the base of it, it's still all gin. So it still sucks. So that's really fucking annoying. So gin, that's my least favourite one, just for the annoyance of it. Right, next we have port, which is just the same as brandy. So let's just put it in the same as that.
I like port. I really like port, to be honest.
But let's be honest, it's basically just the same thing as brandy, though.
Yeah, I like it more than brandy, but it pretty close to brandy.
B for, but it's just like brandy.
But it's just like brandy.
Okay, the last one is a bit of a weird one that's kind of a variety, but I thought it was all right for a category on its own. Just cocktails. I thought it's a category on its own because, like, you always choose what cocktail you want anyway. So, like, there's no point saying rum-based cocktail, whiskey-based cocktail, or, like, you know, a mojito, a daiquiri, because, like, you always just choose anyway, so you may as well put them in one category. And I like cocktails. I would put them in an A, but I want to put them in a B for, but they're too expensive. So...
That's... Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because they are, like, A tier. They're cool, they're interesting, they taste nice, but, like, so does Craft Ale, so does Bucks Fizz, and they don't cost, like, £10 a drink.
You'll have to, if you want to go to Alchemist and spend a night at Alchemist, you're going to have to take out a second mortgage.
Yeah, because, like, you get one cocktail at a fancy cocktail bar, or, like, a decent... I'm talking, like, a fancy cocktail bar up north, where we live, by the way, because in London, a fancy cocktail bar, you might be talking 15, 20 quid. Whereas if you get a fancy cocktail up here, that's maybe £10. Often you can go to cheaper ones for about £8 a cocktail, but that's reasonably cheap for a cocktail. So if we're talking £10, you could literally get 2 whole bottles of Bucks Fizz for that, or 2 bottles worth of sherry. It's like the value on them sucks. So that's why cocktails go in B tier. So there you go. That's the alcohol types tier list. Again, I will post that on our Twitter @tweetsbadly. If you follow that, you'll get to see it. And again, of course, I'll post it without context, as I always do. So, Judd, we'll end on a little story. The last one I told you about my mum, you really liked and thought it was hilarious, because it was just a bunch of middle-aged people stood in a field pretending that they can fly on brooms.
Pretending that they were wizards.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
This is
your mum was LARPing. What do you think about that? Your mum was fucking LARPing.
That's fucking sick, bro. Right. So this is another story that my mum told me, but it's a smaller, more casual story. So she was telling me a story about when she was younger, and she went to like a pub quiz, and she used to go with her friends, but she lived in, like, it was back in the day where there weren't as many people, so you like kind of knew people more, and like everyone who went to the same pub kind of a lot of them would know each other, Yeah. So it was back in those days. So she went to this pub quiz, and she knew, and everyone had their own spot in the pub as well, like their own seat. Because they all knew that everyone were going to be going on pub quiz night, because everyone did regularly go. So they all just sat in the seats that they liked to sit in. It's a bit like when you have an open plan office where and remote workstations where everyone's allowed to work on any desk, but no one does because they all like their own desk and their own space. It was like that. But this one time it was more busy than usual. So my mum and her friends had to sit on these seats that they knew these other people normally sat on, and to be funny about it, they thought that you get asked for your team name in the pub quiz, so they made their team name the Seat Stealers, which was quite funny that they'd pinched these like, I think it was like these old fellas' seats, and they, not like old people and they really need to sit down. Like, they were just like,
get out of the way, fuck you, rickety old bastard. I'm sitting down. I want to do a fucking poker.
But so these people had to sit somewhere else. They'd still found a seat. They just had to sit somewhere else. But by pure accident, the questions had been really well for my mum and her mates, this team, so they'd tied for first place. So they had their team name read out to the whole pub. So they had the team name, the Seat Stealers, read out to these people who the seat had been stolen, which I thought was quite funny. That because it was almost like they'd stolen their seat and tried to rub it in their face.
Nice
one. So, yeah.
Nice.
I thought that was quite funny. But that's the podcast. Thanks for listening to it. I believe this is podcast episode 98. Again, remember, on the 2nd of October, which, as of recording this, probably as of it being published, is next week. Tune in live, twitch.tv/streamsbadly, or as always, the video version will be on Streams Badly YouTube channel, and the audio version will be on all the podcast streaming platforms. I will say that the 100 episode special is probably one of the better ones to watch the video version of, because I've not told Judd this, but it will be in person as well. So Judd's going to come round and we're going to get smashed and all of that. Do drinking game, have bumbo.
I'm pretty sure I knew that was coming round.
Yeah, you didn't. You knew it was coming round, but you didn't know it was going to be in person because we do it.
No. I knew it was going to be in person. I knew we were doing it together.
Well, there you go. That's that. Yeah. Tune in for it. It's going to be just like every other one, really. I don't know.
Yeah, that's no way to hype it up. Get excited for episode 100, guys. It's going to be just like every other one.
No, we're going to be much more drunk. We're going to be much more drunk, and I'm going to try and think of some special shit we can do. I don't know what it's going to be. Do you know what we should do? We should bring each other gifts. Like, it's like a birthday pie. They don't have to be good gifts. They can be stupid. They can be stupid gifts, but we should do that.
We've for millennia, we have had a truce. We have had an agreement where we will not buy gifts for the other.
No, it was for birthdays and Christmas. Yeah. But this is a more special occasion than those.
Yeah, okay. All right,
so maybe, but it can be like the worst. It can be the stupider the better, I'm thinking. But anyway, that's that. End of a podcast. 100 podcast special coming soon. I'm throwing like gang signs, Judd. Throw some gang signs up.
I can't do that. That'll get us banned.
That's the end. Goodbye.